Today we're diving into some technology that honestly sounds like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it's very, very real and it's totally changing how we think about cleaning. It's powerful, it's precise, and, get this, it's surprisingly green.
So, let me just ask you this. How in the world would you clean all the tiny, complex parts of a car engine without using a single drop of water or any harsh chemicals? I mean, it sounds impossible, right? Like a riddle? Well, the answer is pretty cool. Literally.
You see, the solution isn't some new kind of soap or a super strong solvent. Nope, it's way more basic than that. We're talking about cleaning with frozen air, turning a gas that's all around us into a revolutionary new tool.
And here it is. Meet the Dry Ice Blaster. This is the amazing machine that makes it all happen. It takes carbon dioxide, yep, the same stuff in fizzy drinks, and transforms it into a seriously powerful but also gentle cleaning agent. And you want to know the best part? It uses CO2 that's already been captured and recycled from other industrial processes.
Okay, so how does blasting frozen air actually clean anything? It seems kind of crazy. But the secret is all in the physics. This is where the real magic happens. All right, so here's how it works. The machine shoots these tiny little pellets of frozen CO2, that's dry ice, at supersonic speeds. Now, when these pellets smack into a dirty surface, they don't just chip away at the grime. The super cold impact creates what's called a thermal shock, which instantly makes the contaminant brittle and loose. But that's not even the coolest part. In a flash, that solid CO2 pellet turns directly into a gas. It never even becomes a liquid. That process is called sublimation. And this explosive expansion from a tiny solid to a big puff of gas, it basically lifts the dirt and grime right off the surface from underneath. And because the CO2 just vanishes into thin air, poof! There's absolutely nothing left behind. No water, no sand, no chemicals, just a perfectly clean and totally dry surface. It's incredible. Now, something that just vanishes is obviously great for cleaning. But you know what? It's even better for the environment. This isn't just an effective technology, it's a huge leap forward for sustainable cleaning. I mean, just look at the difference here. Old school cleaning methods, we're talking about harsh solvents, wasting tons and tons of water, and then you have to clean up the mess you made while cleaning. With dry ice blasting, you have zero chemicals, zero water usage, and absolutely zero residue left over. It's a clean sweep in every possible way. But I know what you might be thinking. What about the CO2? Isn't that a bad thing? Well, here's the thing. This isn't about creating new carbon dioxide. The CO2 that you use is a byproduct, captured from other industries. So instead of that CO2 just being vented into the atmosphere as waste, it gets a second life as a useful tool. Then, when it sublimates, it's just going back where it came from, making it a completely closed-loop, carbon-neutral cycle. But the story doesn't even stop there. The benefits go way beyond just being a great way to clean. This technology is creating this surprising ripple effect, touching entire industries in ways you would never expect.
The versatility is just off the charts. For cars, it can clean a delicate engine with zero risk of damage. In the food industry, it can sanitize equipment without any water, which means no chance for mold or bacteria to grow. For big manufacturing plants, it can clean massive, complex machines without having to shut everything down and take them apart. It's a massive game changer for efficiency. But that ripple effect goes even deeper, into logistics, and it all comes down to one number.
18%. Just remember that number. It represents a huge, kind of hidden environmental cost that's happening in our supply chains every single day.
So it turns out, those refrigerated delivery trucks we rely on for our food and medicine, their heavy, power-hungry cooling units mean they can pump out up to 18% more harmful pollutants than a standard truck. But if you use dry ice for cooling instead, not only do you eliminate that extra pollution, but as the dry ice sublimates and vanishes during the trip, the truck literally gets lighter. And a lighter truck means better fuel efficiency. It's just such a smart, unexpected win.
So when you start to put all these pieces together, you realize this is so much more than just a clever way to clean something. It's really a glimpse into what the future could look like. A future where being super efficient and being environmentally responsible are the exact same thing.
So what's the big takeaway here? Well, this technology really just checks all the boxes. It's incredibly efficient, which saves companies time and money. It's about as eco-friendly as it gets. No water, no chemicals, no mess. It's so versatile that we're probably still discovering all the ways we can use it. But most of all, it's just plain smart. It takes something we consider a waste product and turns it into an incredibly powerful solution. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? This whole technology came from looking at something we see as a problem, waste CO2, and turning it into an answer.
It really makes you wonder, what other huge challenges out there could we solve, not by inventing something totally new, but just by looking at the things we already have in a completely different light?